Yo, welcome back and welcome front. Today we're going to be taking a look at this cat. This is Navigant Interceptor, and this is MMC's third-party Streetwise. Member 2 of 5 of the Defensor team. Number 1 over here, this is Insertus, and obviously being Groove. And, I always wonder where these names come from. Navigant Interceptor and Insertus. But anyway, before we talk about these cats, I really wanted to showcase the box because, dude, the box is like really, really beautiful. And by the way, this was sent to me by my sponsor, TF Safari, tfsafari.com. Check them out for all of your Transformers needs and utilize the codes that you see on the top corner of my screen to save yourself some change. Wow, beautiful. Neo G1, you got the Neo Gradient, you have the tech spec over here, and I love this kind of still motion of that transforming into the car, and you can see the combined mode over here, and this is all built in. No extraneous parts, no parts forming or anything like that, and it's just really quite a work of art, and I don't use that word lightly when I'm talking about these types of toys, but I think it's because Makotron is part of this project. Makotron, my favorite designer and artist in the game, and something about these just not only aesthetically exudes beauty, when you transform them, there is a bit of artistry there, and then you're like, ooh, I can like taste the chef's seasoning, it's like you can kind of sense their essence within the toy. They've imbued it. And same thing for this guy as well. Incredibly artistic, very beautiful to look at in both bot, alt, and combined form. And they transform in very unique ways, in ways that like I've never quite been exposed to in other third-party toys. And so I think you're in for a treat. And it's really strange, but the way the wrist and the hands transform, that's when you're like, I think they got genius folks working on this. Yeah, like I mentioned, Makotron is a part of this project, and also Pake for Life does the official transformation on the MMC channel. And so I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so that we can focus on this bot really quick, okay? All right, we're back, and you can kind of see my hands in the reflection. The way these guys hold their blasters are really unique. Both Groove and Streetwise, they have these kind of L tabs on their blasters, right? You see it, right? Very, very interesting. It's not your simple tab and slot. It's a very, very thick L tab that slides in there, and then the fingers rest beautifully outside the handles, and so those are incredibly done incredibly well. One thing I will say is that I haven't been able to find any type of instructions that allude to the hiding of the accessories in alt mode, whereas Groove, he definitely had that, but I don't think they're integrated for Streetwise, and so I'm not necessarily going to ding him on points like that, but yeah, so I haven't been able to find it. Dude, he's a very, very nice piece, man. He's very sleek and slim, and one of the things I was going to say is that both him and Groove being the legs always struck me as being kind of weird, man. Look at that smooth back. By the way, the plastic is all thoroughly polished, and so everything feels good. You don't really see too many burrs, like areas where they cut the plastic. It's just really sleek and very, very clean, and it just exudes quality. The paint over here, there's a slight, I don't know what this is, but you can see the way the luster kind of changes on it, and so I'm not exactly sure what's up with that, but yeah, it does exude quality when you look at this. And like I mentioned, the arm transformation is a thing of beauty. There aren't any ratchets on these joints, and they're buttery, but they're smooth buttery. The tolerances are done very, very well. Some of them are a little bit too tight. Like I'll show you like the transformation connection points. But after I went through them the first time, it improved the second time. But yeah, overall, just very, very good. But what I was saying earlier is that, yeah, I always thought it was kind of weird that the smaller vehicles, the police vehicle, and also the motorcycle became the legs, when it's arguable that the helicopter and the ambulance, which are larger vehicles, those should have been the ones. Oh, you know what? He has a knuckle ratchet joint over here. Yeah, and arguably, like I said, the helicopter and the ambulance are larger vehicles. And so perhaps those should have been the legs. Yeah, but I mean, whatever, dude. Because in the original toy, you have the Scramble City gimmick, and you can make whatever piece arm and leg. And so I always love the Scramble City stuff. Oh, don't want to mess up the sculpt there. He does have a tilt, but it's up to here. And if you push it any further, the transformation mechanism starts to pop out. But yeah. No, but overall, pretty decent range of motion, as I've been kind of showing you over here. And it feels good, man. It feels really nice and buttery as you're going through it, but not too buttery. The back is very flat and what is it, like a lot of times, you know, with car bots or anyone else, there's so much like kibble and stuff that you see. So it's kind of refreshing actually to see that. And yeah, it's a very, very, very nice piece. Exquisite, exquisite. And I can't wait to get the rest of the team. Yeah, like I said, this is the alternate version. And so there's a couple of color decos, design decos, and head that are different. But it's because this is the only one that was available that they were able to send to me. And so, but yeah, but he'll fit fine with the team. And now that I've kind of showcased the bot and kind of yammered on a little bit, let's go through the transformation because it's it's really quite impressive, okay? All right, let's get to transforming him. I really like the transformation a lot. I think it's very, very fun. Take a look at this forearm, dude. No one does arm transformations like this. You got this panel that folds down, then you got that bit that folds up. You're going to twist the fist, and then you're going to push that little panel out, and you're going to fold in the fist. But get this, you got to spread the fingers and create that cavity there so that this sits in. Bro, that's nuts. Who does that? These cats. And again, I think it might be the mighty Makotron who's influencing all of this. And yeah, this part comes down, this part folds up, fist turns, panel pushes up, this goes in, fingers come out, and that goes right there. And that's just so nice. Oh, and then we flip this bit. And then we're going to flip the head around as well. And, you know, I might be doing a bunch of these things out of order, but that's okay. You'll get the general idea of what's supposed to take place. And so this will pop out, and that'll kind of free up the arms. And this will also pop out as well. And this will go up, and this will flip down into the front of the window. And this will flip out. And you just secure those in there like that, and those are the little sirens. And then this will turn around. Legs will also spin as well, the waist rather. And then so we'll just kind of do that for now. And so for the head, this is also really neat. There's that little slider. Now what happens is, so when you tilt this back, that slider, it'll move down on that. And that's just so creative, so inventive, and just so much fun. And this, the bumper, you put it together, and then after you put it together, you can flip this out to create the hood of the car. And then that's going to go over the face over there. And you know what? There's one part that I forgot to include. So the arms, these bits help keep it helps the arms keep their place, like in robot mode, like like that. And that'll keep the structure of the temple, if you will. But when you're transforming it, what happens is the arms lift up, and then these recess down. Man, just the thought process to even think about that, you know. You could argue that it's extraneous, but I think just in terms of providing service to the fans, that it's a beautiful, beautiful thing just to kind of keep the integrity of that structure. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And then we're going to spin the arms, and there are going to be areas like, oh, you just saw it. It just tabbed in there. And see that little tab? Once you spin this around and you push this flush, it will tab in. And look at that, dude. Look how clean that looks. And then you can just bring up the nose. Wow. Satisfying. So satisfying. And this will come down like this. And it's a pretty easy transformation, as you can see, right? Then you're just going to open up the legs over here. And then you're going to bend this part out. You're going to fold in the toes. And you're going to rock this back. And this is when you know the engineers are like really smart. It's like there's no fat on this transformation, meaning nothing extraneous, just nice chunky moving bits, but nonetheless still just kind of capturing, oh, and you can see a little window here that you got to fold out, still capturing the essence of this toy and not making it a million flappity flaps. And again, that just speaks to their level of skill. And then, oh, this part you got to straighten out. Yeah, I always forget about this part. Straighten that bit out. There's a bit of a knuckle joint there. And so you'll just have to kind of push through it. Then you'll do that with one side. You'll do that for the other side. And as you're doing so, you can then tab in the back of the legs. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you're supposed to lift these up to untab, to unlock the legs, but they kind of did it on their own. Then you can lock them close and keep them shut. And these will close up in a second, but this part over here, the first time I did it was a little scary, but you're just gonna kind of push these together. And yeah, there's a little bit of friction and collision there, but that's fine. And these go in, these go down, and these just slide in and tab. That's a nice looking ride. Nice, nice, nice. Virtually seamless. Very clean. Can't even see any bot kibble. Rubber reel. I was like, rubber reels. Man, my Asian tongue, baby. Rolls like a champ, you know. Dude, it's so nice, man. It really, really is. Like, dude, wasn't that transformation great? You don't think so? I mean, I think so. Yeah, dude, it's amazing. It's amazing. Very intuitive, if you ask me. And so, I think I saw Pig for Life. This blaster, he had it, I think, inside this this piece. Actually, let me open up the doors. He had it inside here, but I'm not sure if that's the official method. And whatever, I'm not going to do that right now. But now we're going to put him into leg mode. Yeah, this is very enjoyable. Leg mode is pretty cool, but you have to understand what the leg mode is going to look like in order to configure him in that position, just because it's not what you would traditionally think. And so we'll do that right now, okay? But again, dude, just beautiful, beautiful alt mode. All right, now we're going to take this beautiful alt mode and transform it into the leg. I will say the leg is a little bit cumbersome. Only cumbersome just because, I don't know, the shape is not just intuitive to me. But anyway, so we're going to pull these bits out as you saw, right? And then the next part is a little bit tricky, only because I don't really know where to get my fingernails. But you got to lift up the hood of the car, and you got to lift up this windshield as well. And maybe if I open the door, I can... Oh, yeah. That's a good way to do it. Cool. So I guess lifting up the door, that helps. It gives a little bit of clearance. So what you're going to do is... Oops, that should not have done that. You're going to separate this back so that you can lift up the hood of the car. It is tabbed in, so I just need some space to get my finger in there. Come on. Maybe I should grab a spudger. I was able to do it fine before, but there you go. So we remove the hood of the car, right? And then what's going to happen over here is you're going to get the bumper, and you're going to fold in the sides, and you're going to bring this whole head assembly down like that. And that's going to be the bottom. I do wish this like tabbed in. I think that would be nice, but maybe the hotspot leg does a bunch of things that secures this in place. But yeah, so that's that. And then so up here, what you're going to do is there is a connection joint. You see this thing over here? You're gonna flip that bit up. And then what you're going to do next is you need to bend the arm, not at this bicep area, but at the elbow at the top. And it's a bit of a tight joint the first time you do it, but this is incorrect. You see how that's at an angle? No, you need to have it straight. That joint has to be at a 90 degree. And then you can tab that in to the side. That same tab that's connecting it into this, once it's bent 90 degrees, has another slot that it can tab into. So one more time, we'll bring up this connection bit. And then when we bend the elbow, that little joint right there will make sure that it's 90 and it's flush. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, forgot, you got to flip out. You got to flip this out. And you got to compress it all back, jack. And the last thing that you need to do is see these bits up at the top. you have to fold them down 90 degrees, but dude, it's a bit of a chore, man. And so just be careful of where you're exerting the force. I mean, it's well designed, or like this, the parts aren't cheap, and so you're not going to break any of the plastic, but oh, dude, it's a hard joint to manipulate. There you go, dude. Took way too much effort, to be completely honest. But maybe it needs to be like that. And maybe this is where something slides in, right? And that's why they made the joints so tight. But this is pretty much the leg mode. Yeah, I imagine hotspot goes there. The foot goes here somewhere on the bottom. And I think something's... Oh, okay, there you go. Anyway. Yeah, it's just kind of split over here. So maybe something on the inside got misaligned during the transformation. But yeah, he's in his chunky box leg mode. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't wait to get my hands on the rest of the team and assemble them. This all-in-one combiner from MMC. Super duper excited. And this is a really, really high quality toy, dude. Virtually, I got nothing bad to say about this. And once again, this is MMC's Navigant, the alternate version from their Ocular Max line, all-in-one for Defensor. And brought to you by TF Safari. So if you're interested in this toy and many other Transformers, check out tfsafari.com. Utilize that code on the top of the screen. And it's your boy BBO saying adios, skis broskies. Bye-bye.